Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. I am music producer Achickwitbeatz,
And I am entrepreneur Breezy Gipson.
and we're glad that you've tuned in to join us. We got another show that's filled with music industry news and, of course, beats by yours truly. It's just been a blast kind of putting some of the stuff together. There's been so many different things going on and so many developments and trends that you can spot and use to kind of help you plan your career accordingly. And I think it's a great thing that we get the opportunity to do this every week. And so, super huge shout out to our home stations, Grander Radio out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Sparks Radio out of Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, I'm always excited as usual. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Really. In the mix. All the way.
All right. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring the show to you. So, let's go.
Okay.
Hey, family, this is Breezy Gipson, social media influencer. If you're an aspiring artist or if you're a seasoned professional music artist and you have a music video that you want to share with a global television audience, your search is over. Whether it's jazz, rock, hip hop, Latino, gospel, pop music, country, house, techno, reggae, Hispanic, and other genres, this is the right spot. Whether you're located in the United States, Europe, Africa, South America, India, Mexico, Asia, Australia, Italy, or other countries, we got you covered. Contact me at getsparksnow@gmail.com. That's GETSPARKXNOW@gmail.com, or leave me a message at 678-632-2620. Let's get it together.
Hey, this is Achickwitbeatz. I am a multi-genre music producer and strategist to indie artists and labels. Visit my website, achickwitbeatz.com, for resources for artists and instrumentals available in various genres for songs, vlogs, blogs, podcasts, themes, TV, film, commercials, and more. Once again, that's achickwitbeatz.com, ACHICKWITBEATZ. Let's make something happen. Achickwitbeatz, and you're listening to my instrumentals on the Music Marvels radio show with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. Make sure you follow me on your favorite streaming platform for more.
Gipson on the Music Marvels Radio Show.
Hey, family, this is Breezy Gipson, social media influencer. If you're an aspiring artist, or if you're a seasoned professional music artist, and you have a music video that you want to share with a global television audience, your search is over. Whether it's jazz, rock, hip hop, Latino, gospel, pop music, country, house, techno, reggae, Hispanic, and other genres, this is the right spot. Whether you're located in the United States, Europe, Africa, South America, India, Mexico, Asia, Australia, Italy, or other countries, we got you covered. Contact me at getsparksnow@gmail.com. That's GETSPARKXNOW@gmail.com, or leave me a message at 678-632-2620. Let's get it together.
Hey, this is Achickwitbeatz. I am a multi-genre music producer and strategist to indie artists and labels. Visit my website, achickwitbeatz.com, for resources for artists and instrumentals available in various genres for songs, vlogs, blogs, podcasts, themes, TV, film, commercials, and more. Once again, that's achickwitbeatz.com, ACHICKWITBEATZ. Let's make something happen.
All right, we're back with music industry news, and it's been some stuff going on. Of course, by now you've heard about Universal and TikTok and the whole fallout, but we're kind of looking at it closely. Could Universal's TikTok licensing dispute actually spark music industry strikes? Who knows? So by UMG removing its catalog from TikTok worldwide could impact not just the UMG affiliated artists, but also the entire industry, potentially causing cascading effects if other major music companies decide to follow suit. So the short-term fallout might affect scheduled releases and trending songs on TikTok, of course leading to a bottleneck for major album launches. But indie artists could actually find an opportunity during this time to make sure that you can get your music heard while people are looking for something to put with their videos. So, UMG definitely faces the risk of TikTok thriving without its catalog, potentially weakening its negotiating position. But, the situation kind of mirrors what we've seen with the earlier tests in Australia, where TikTok limited licensed music to kind of gauge user interaction. So they were trying to see, like, hey, could we, still thrive without some of these catalogs? And so now we got to kind of wait and see what's going to happen. So it's raised questions about the platform's user experience without Universal's extensive roster, of course, Taylor Swift, Drake, and some others. But, it could be good and bad for both indie artists and mainstream. It's one of those things. But right now, while that stuff is going, it's a great time to start promoting your music on TikTok. Because if somebody likes something, then maybe they could use yours instead of one of those artists that they probably normally would have chosen. So I don't know. I mean, it could go a lot of different ways depending on how you look at it, right?
Yeah, one of our interview guests, Finesse1111, was jumping up and down on TikTok last night and posting all of his music and everything because previously he wasn't able to do that. I mean, he was having a party, and I was like, wow.
All right. India is potentially poised to surpass the US as the largest music streaming market by volume for this year. So the global market share of English language music on streaming services has significantly declined. It was highlighted in Luminate's year-end report for 2023. So to kind of backtrack and look at everything, in 2021, English language content accounted for 67% of the top 10,000 streaming tracks worldwide, but by 2023, it had dropped to 54.9. So the trend suggests a continuous decrease, potentially falling below 50%. So conversely, non-English language music claimed 45.1% of streams for the top 10,000 tracks in 2023. So, I mean, if you do the math, looking at statistics and whatnot, it's definitely possible. So the top 5 languages among these tracks were English at 54.9%, Spanish at 10%, Hindi at 7.8%, Korean at 2.4%, and Japanese at 2.1%. So, we've been kind of seeing this go on for a while. And of course, anytime we share these stories about some of these music labels that the major labels are scooping up in all these different regions, they're telling you where they're thinking that things are going to be heading. And so, we've been seeing this kind of happening slowly for a while, but it looks like this might be the year that it could actually happen. So with that being said, you kind of got to wonder exactly what's happening with this shift, because in these other areas, people were still tending to listen to English language music, but now they're kind of getting away from that. So, a lot of people have a lot of different theories about it, especially if you see some of the other things that have been going on with some of the music that's been getting a little more attention, with the seasoned hip hop artists and legends that have been around for a while, with them selling out shows. I think people are kind of tired of some of the mainstream stuff that we've been seeing promoted, like commercial music. And so I think people are just looking for something real. And if they feel like they're not getting that from most popular English speaking music, then of course they're going to start looking elsewhere. And that's not just in these specific regions, it's even happening in the US as well. So, hint, hint, independent artists, don't chase those trends, because it looks like some of those things that were, I guess, appearing to be popular may not actually be as popular as it seems. So, make the music you want to make it from the heart. Don't try to chase what everybody else is doing. Do you, because people are obviously hungry for it. And if they feel like they're not getting it from, traditional US mediums, then they're seeking it elsewhere, as we can see, right?
Right. Seek and ye shall find.
Mm-hmm.
Seek and ye shall find.
Yeah, so people are tired of the noise. They want the real stuff. All right, BMG is collaborating with the Technical University of Munich for AI-powered music marketing initiatives. So BMG aims to fast-track its deployment of AI tech to manage various digital assets required for global music marketing campaigns. Some as many as 700 separate digital assets, and this includes artwork, social media content, banners, and advertising materials. So in exchange, BMG will also sponsor a 2-year PhD position at TUM's Professorship of Digital Marketing. But this isn't new for them. BMG's been utilizing AI for some time now, with the assistance of Rackspace, which is a technology company that leverages Google Cloud's advanced AI capabilities. BMG can track music at a 50% faster rate and process royalties 10 times more quickly than it could before. So now they're just looking for more ways to adapt it, and that makes sense. So this is one of those instances where, people say, oh, AI shouldn't be used in music. It has multiple purposes other than replacing artists. And this is one of those things, especially when it's being used to help track music so artists can get paid faster. So yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see what comes forth with that. I know I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. To be able to manage, 700 separate digital assets like that efficiently, I gotta watch how this works. So yeah, I think it's one of those good things, something that could be beneficial, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah. You gotta stay on top of that.
Yeah.
Because any little help there is, you gotta seize it.
Yeah.
Don't let that help be there and you don't pay it any attention.
Right. Yeah, because you hear a lot of people kind of parroting like, oh, AI has no place in music. And, a lot of times once you hear it so often, people kind of buy into it. But yeah, there's many facets. And like you said, if this helped there, take it.
That's right.
All right, this next story I think is so phenomenal. Megan Thee Stallion and Warner Music Group have signed an innovative agreement for independence and global collaboration. So Megan will have distribution and resources with Warner Music, ranging from radio promotion to marketing worldwide, while she maintains full ownership of her masters and publishing. So a lot of times we see people do these deals, they got to give a chunk of this, a chunk of that, but I mean, the fact that they're letting her maintain that ownership is really, really awesome. And regardless of whose side you're on the so-called beef. I wouldn't even call it that, to be honest. She made a song, somebody felt a certain way, so what? But while everybody's kind of looking over there at that, she's signing deals, solidifying her future and maintaining ownership of her art. And so the bottom line, the takeaway, the name of the game, whatever you want to call it, that's the goal. Like, to snag strategic partnerships that let you maintain ownership and control of your art while expanding your reach on a global scale. So, hey, watch, keep the blueprint, and mirror as best as you can. If you're going to sign a deal with a major label, that's the type to do. And kudos to her for being able to do it and get it done and actually fighting to retain her ownership. So yeah, that's incredible and huge congratulations.
Yeah, I think so. I concur on that. And I mean, any artist, let alone women in music, who are able to make some significant strides like that. Oh yeah, that's a 12 thumbs up on that.
Right. Because a lot of times we'll hear about artists doing the distribution deals, but they don't have access to the marketing and radio promotion and all that. So yeah, that's incredible. And you're right. And the fact that she's a woman, that makes it even better.
Yep.
All right. YouTube has unlocked a new milestone as it reaches 100 million music and premium subscribers. So, with that amount, that's an increase from 80 million in November of 2022. And this figure also includes trial subscribers, with an average gain of 1.4 million new subscribers monthly since then. So in comparison, Spotify added 21 million subscribers in the first 9 months of 2023. We actually have some more stats about that coming later, but they were averaging just over 2.3 million every month. So, it's definitely more than what YouTube has, but that gap is closing pretty quickly. So it's important to note that, because it includes both YouTube Music and YouTube Premium, but when you have YouTube Premium, it also gives you access to the YouTube platform that includes YouTube Music. So not all subscribers may be solely interested in music, but they all have access to it, which is, important to know, because if you have access to it, at some point they'll probably be using it. So again, another note, to make sure that your music is on YouTube Music, whichever distributor you use, make sure that they have access to that, because with that number growing, there will probably be more and more people adopting it. So you want to make sure that you're where your potential listeners are.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. And for more, yeah.
I was going to say, hey, you looking for music tips? This is the place to get them from.
Absolutely. And just a little more background. Media Research estimated that Apple Music had 84.7 million subscribers by the second quarter of 2022, and Amazon was at 82.2 million at that time. So again, same thing with those stores. Make sure that your music is there, because people are there. A lot of times people kind of forget about the other aggregators, depending on what their favorite platform is. But yeah, just make sure that your music is where it can be heard by the people that might want to hear it.
Good stuff.
All right, Merck Mercuriadis is transitioning from CEO to chair at Hypnosis Songs Management. Most of the headlines going around were just saying, okay, he stepped down, he resigned as CEO, but kind of didn't share the whole story. But remember, he actually founded this management firm. So now that he's going to serve as chairman, the Hypnosis Song Management Chief Operating Officer, Ben Katrovsky, is going to take on the role of CEO. And so they're doing this little shuffle as a potential effort to try to enhance relations with the company's music royalties fund, which is the Hypnosis Songs Fund. And just to kind of give you a little background on how that's going, oh man, as it's been trading, it had a 52-week high of $1.17 and a 52-week low of 80 cents. I think at its peak, during the whole course of it being traded publicly, it reached, I want to say it was $1.81 or $1.80. So it's not like it was, trading super high to begin with, but yeah, it's definitely seen some highs and lows. And yeah, we just got to see how the market's going to respond to this. So it's really been kind of interesting with all the changes and developments that have been going on with hypnosis. And so, yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted as more information rolls in, as long as they're still open, because, there's been talk about dissolving it. So, yeah, once again, that's one of those things we just kind of got to wait and see, right?
Absolutely, positively.
All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we had some more stats about Spotify, but their global premium subscribers grew to 236 million. So the total represents an increase of 4% or 10 million subscribers since the end of the third quarter of last year. And it was an addition of 31 million subscribers for the entire year. So total paying and ad-supported monthly active users grew to 602 million at the end of the year, which reflect additions of 28 million for the quarter and 113 million for the year. So again, we're seeing all this growth across these companies. And yeah, in this particular case with Spotify, we can only hope that means an increase to payouts. But yeah, we probably know what's going to happen with that. But still some interesting statistics to know and be aware of.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Deep.
All right. Independent labels say that Apple's new payment model will take money from their artists and benefit the majors. So we were talking about how Apple was going to be paying out more for spatial audio just last week. And so if you kind of dig into that a little bit, Apple has introduced a new revenue sharing system where each play of spatial audio counts as 1.1 plays. So they say that it'll probably benefit the record labels and distributors more, because to qualify for the bonus, a licensing partner must have reached a threshold of 50% of streams from spatial audio available content in a month. It's unclear if the threshold varies for major labels. Artists and labels that are unable to deliver spatial tracks might lose out on earnings, and the bonus comes from the overall royalty pool. So even if an independent label delivered all its recordings in spatial audio, it may still lose out if the distributor itself hasn't met the threshold. So with it kind of falling like that, there's definitely some changes that need to be made in order for independent artists to not be penalized for not being able to provide it. And Apple's actually willing to pay more for it because it costs more to make. And so not everybody can necessarily afford that. I mean, it could open a whole can of worms. So we'll have to see what happens with this, or even if it's going to be widely adopted. But, as we spoke about last week, it doesn't seem to be a demand from the listener side saying, hey, we need everything in spatial audio. So it does seem like one of those things that Apple is trying to push. We'll have to, again, just kind of wait and watch to find out if they're going to make any adjustments. But with the way that this is currently set up, it definitely gives independent artists an unfair penalty, pretty much, for not being able to necessarily provide it on the same level that people with major labels behind them, backing them, can do it.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always kind of interesting. You hear something and then, sometimes you might not think about the fallout from it immediately, but yeah, just kind of looking at it closer, you can see how problematic it could be. But yeah, again, we just gotta wait and watch and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that does it for music industry news and this particular edition of Music Marvels with Achickwitbeatz and Breezy Gipson. Once again, we thank you for joining us. Next week, we got another show lined up for you with a special guest that you definitely don't want to miss. And of course, super huge shout out to our home stations, Grander Radio out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Sparks Radio out of Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, we just thank you for rocking with us. We thank you for your support and sharing us with your friends. And yeah, we're already looking forward to next week, right?
That's right. I want to give a special shout out to one of our previous guests, the one and only Marty Marr.
And he, so he was pretty elated yesterday, showing one of his royalty, well, on the envelopes where a royalty check arrived at his crib. So he was smiling from ear to ear on that. So yeah, shout out to Marty Marr, and the other shout out to Finesse 1111. Yeah, hey, we got guests on here. We retrieve experiencing some success on here. So thumbs up to both of them.
Yes. All right, so you know where to find us. Till next time, tune in, tell a friend. We'll see you then. Peace.
Peace.